Where was Zidane? What the hell's going on? Oh, I have it listed. Yeah, we lost Zidane's Glint. Shit. Yeah, that's a bad change. Zidane's Glint is very good. It's a end-win stacking. And gaining Sephiroth's Glint instead is pretty depressing because it's not good. But anyway, it's a minor change. Agrias are Awakening just looks like an evolution of her USB 2, which it totally is. But Agrias is the only character that does this, other than Minfilia, by the way. But Minfilia is not going to be as good as Agrias under any circumstance whatsoever. Agrias imperils the living crap out of a boss almost as well as a machinist does. So Agrias' value to a holy team is almost impossible to match for any holy character. So, in my opinion, other than your chain holder, she's probably the most powerful holy knight in the game at this point. No, it does not. The only thing that dual casting can count towards is her Ledger Materia 2. That can proc on either both of her awakening attacks or the dual cast, which is why she still awakens, or still imperils a ton. If you do cap without imperil, then alright. But I'm betting that that's going to be difficult in 6-star. Okay, for Odin, I mean, who could? Do we even have holy characters? Holy Knights. Rem, I'm fairly certain could cap without imperils. On Odin. Roxas? Okay. But anyway, no, Arc doesn't have an awakening. I'm betting that Agrias is going to be invaluable. This is my personal opinion. And just from the way that I've seen what Balthier and Laguna do for the teams that they're on. It's just silly what a character passively imperiling does for the damage output on the team. Not at the moment. He doesn't, Tyrael. For global. Anyway, I really like Agrias' Awakening, and I didn't like this banner before. Because I'm not a big fan of Celeste's Awakening. There's very, very little value with Runic these days. So she loses one of her gimmicks, and I don't really care for the magic blink mechanic that much. Even though it could be neat. I mean, I do like Celeste's Awakening more than I did when I first saw the banner. That it may have something to do with the fact that I kind of dismissed it at first, and then once Sephiroth got put on the banner, and knowing how awesome Sephiroth's Awakening is, I said, oh, Agrias and Sephiroth on the same banner, I need to look a lot closer at this. And then I started looking at the applications of Celeste's Awakening, and I'm like, alright, she's probably going to be pretty damn good for Odin, in the same way that Orlandeau and Noctis will be as well. So I'm not... I don't think it's terrible. But I don't like this, which is, you know, Agrias just imperils the boss all the time. Well, this is Great Magic Blink 2, or 5 single target physical attacks if the user already has Magic Blink after using 2 Ice or Holy abilities. So your Magic Blink needs to survive until the 3rd turn, after you've already granted yourself Magic Blink. Or the 2nd turn, Magic Blink 1 needs to survive. Or she just keeps giving herself Magic Blink. And with the way these fights go, it's not single target damage. So she's generating all these blink stacks for herself, and they're just getting taken away. And she's not doing anything extra. And I don't care about protecting her because she's the only one protected. So the team needs to be Medicaid anyway, so the protection doesn't do anything. I like the Magic Blink 1, I think that's pretty cool. I just hate this. I thought it was kind of neat and flavorish when I first saw it, but it really is taking up an important part of the Awakening, and it makes it weaker than it should be. That's a great point. She's killing her Soul Break gain, which she does have ways around with her Legend Materia too, but she has good Legend Materia at the same time that you kind of need to use. Start battle with an ice. She doesn't have an ice with anything other than with her USB 2. And her other Legend Materia's Legend Materia Relic has 25% chance to dual cast Spellblade abilities, which again, really good. And you want to use both of those. So you're losing you're losing something. You're either losing soul break points or you're losing damage output that other characters don't have to deal with. So I think I have a lot of problems with the Awakening, but I still think it's going to be decent for Odin, and that's okay. Zidane's not on the banner, Sephiroth is. Seph. Had a nice little conversation about this Awakening in Discord the other day, so I'm happy to say that I am knowledgeable about this Awakening and his USB 2 and the way all of this interacts with each other. Get ready for a little bit of an explanation, because there's a reason why I'm going to go into it, and that's this. He generates 500 soul break points when he uses Awakening. Immediately. It just refunds itself. Otherwise, it's fairly basic. Awaken Darkness. Regular roll, damage cap break. So what? So... Sephiroth's Awakening is designed to be used with this USB 2. You can use his USB 1 as well if you want to give him stacking, which, sure, please, feel free. But the main pairing is his USB 2. And the reason for that is, with his USB 2, he gains the ability to break damage cap to 100,000. But the interesting thing is his every 2 dark attacks, he generates a buff that gives him plus 30% dark damage on top of his end dark, on top of his end dark stacking if you're using that as well. And the way that that buff works is catches people by surprise. Say you're using Sephiroth's USB 2 normally, just regular by itself with nothing, not even a legend dive. What happens is you need to use 2 dark attacks, and that will generate a buff on himself that gives him 30% extra dark damage for his next turn. So what he would do with just his USB 2 is Demon Cross, Demon Cross. And then on that turn, right after the second Demon Cross, he does a little animation, and it gives himself 30% extra damage. And then next turn, it's a 1-turn ability. Use Demon Cross again, or a Soul Break, and you get 30% extra damage for a Dark attack. But there's an interesting interaction with the way that buff works. Is it occurs and buffs the character immediately. So say you have Sephiroth's Awakening active. He's casting Demon Cross twice per turn. What will happen is on first turn he will Demon Cross, Demon Cross. Second turn he will Demon Cross, proc the 30% dark damage. And then on his second Demon Cross, which happens after that, we'll get 30% dark damage. But the buff stays on for the next turn. So he will Demon Cross for 30% dark damage on each of those. So he gets a benefit on 3 attacks. Now say you throw in his 25% chance to dual cast Legend Materia as well. That happens after this entire chain. So that also benefits from the 30% extra damage. And keep in mind, he has break damage cap 100,000 on all these attacks. So you could potentially Demon Cross on first turn after the USB. Demon Cross, 30% extra damage. Then your Awakening, second attack, 30%. 25% chance to dual cast, 30% extra damage. Next turn, you have a chance of three more attacks at 30% extra damage. Yeah, he will be at risk. Sephiroth will be at risk. So maybe his glint being here isn't so bad after all. But he will do so much damage, it will be worth, spending extra healing on him. He can't kill himself, but he will put himself at risk of dying. And another thing, that's not all. You know that third turn, which he has the buff, he uses the buff and can, on everything on that single turn, get 30% extra damage. That also counts as the first turn of generating the buff again. So what happens after you generate the buff for the first time is every other turn you generate it again. So you have it active for every single attack that you make, except for the first attack on every other turn. So his ability to break damage cap more than anybody else, other than Cloud. And his ability to end arc stack and stack a 30% multiplicative damage buff on top of that means that Sephiroth by himself, he's filthy. He's really he's the reason why I'm not concentrating on Magical Dark in the future. Let's put it that way, because I don't. They can do a lot of things in this game. They can add synchros that do crazy shit. But as we've seen in the past with Cloud's USB 1, is they kind of made a boo-boo with these characters' ability to break damage cap up to 100k, which makes these characters always have an edge over all the rest of the characters that do the same things that they do. An insurmountable edge. And with this 500 soul break point refund on his Awakening, they're saying, please use that edge. Please, by all means, use it. And for those of you who do not have Sephiroth's USB 2, you will be happy to know that one of the few good relics that came out with the second wave of animal lenses was Sephiroth's USB 2. So you will, upon the release of the second wave of animal lens relics, you will be able to purchase it. How much damage does Demon Cross do to yourself at max? Will it really be that bad? I thought it reduced it quite a bit. 5%. So the max damage that he's going to do, even if he hits his dual cast LMR, is 15% of his max damage. Not even... That's fine. Totally cool. That is Winter Festival. Alright, back to Banner 5. Celes Arcane. It's fine. Does anyone remember my Final Fantasy VI Torment Sub 30? Where Celes's Arcane does... I think a total 70k. Because the N element from her BSB 1 runs out at that point in the fight. Celes is an interesting character. She's not meant to deal a ton of damage. She was good for that at one point because of the ability double USB 1. Was I? It was my first ice weapon. I think that I was more excited for that. In hindsight, oof. This is actually Sephiroth's Arcane, which, by the way, is really good. And it is better than one of Sephiroth's normal turns, but Sephiroth has such powerful ability usage that it's okay if you don't have his Arcane. Though I do want his Arcane. I mean, let's think of it this way. Demon's Cross has a multiplier of 5.35. He automatically dual casts it with his Awakening, so 10.7 multiplier per turn, with a chance to do over a 16 multiplier, 25% chance. That's, yeah, over a 16 multiplier. His Arcane is a 21 multiplier. Longer cast time. Doesn't generate the USB 2. Dark buff. There you go. Sorry. So there are a few drawbacks to the Arcane. It is still better than a regular turn, but it's not like Cloud, who is a bad ability user, a better Soul Break user. So Cloud's Arcane is on paper the same exact thing as Sephiroth's, but Sephiroth's uses his a lot better. Or not, Cloud uses his a lot better than abilities. Sephiroth uses abilities better, so it makes his Arcane not as... The difference is less. But still awesome. I want it, obviously. Rosa USB 2 is on the banner, right? Rosa USB 2 is very good. Rosa has the ability to Wrath. She loses out in a couple regards to Alara, especially with Soul Breaks. Alara's USB 2. Her better dual cast. They both have breaks. Rosa can uses support 4, and Alara uses dances. Alara's main advantage over Rosa is her USB 2 at the moment, and Bard abilities, which is significant. Allegro Komodo is amazing. But anyway, they're both really good. Lightning USB 3, I'm not a big fan. It is a good USB. I just think Lightning is a bad holy character. I don't think they updated her Legend Dive. I think she still does plus lightning damage. Remember we were talking about a couple banners ago about Terra and the fact that End Fire stacking isn't even worth it on her because she does so much obscene amounts of damage that she caps everything she does anyway. There's a reason for that, and that's the base of the character that you don't get down and look into every now and then. Or you don't get down and look into, like, often enough. Oh, fuck. Snow Spell Strike. So she'll get 3% extra damage, 3% extra damage. So 6. And our Legend Spheres, I think this is where the real hit is. Yeah, she's still stuck at 9% lightning damage in her Legend Dive. So she's the very opposite of Terra in the fact that she doesn't have any support for dealing holy damage. So she is... just not meant for this line of work. And then when her Awakening comes out is lightning based, as it should be. However, I mean, the USB 3 is powerful enough to make up for it. Like, it is an extremely powerful USB. But I would... this probably doesn't come as a surprise, but I would use Celeste's Arcane over her. This is kind of neat. I kind of want to experiment with a team that can provide its own quick cast. I don't get a chance to do that very often. I'm forced to use quick cast healers. You know, every now and then you want to use a character that can just bust out some powerful heals instead of, you know, having one of the effects taken up by quick casting the party. There is a holy physical gun. It's cool. Her other thing was sword damage, right? You'd much rather make a holy sword for her. Since other people could use that, well, I mean, who could use a physical holy gun besides her? Nobody? Nobody. 8 USB is pretty cool. Last Stand of Party, Instant and Ice. This is a really good USB. On a good character. As far as USBs goes, pretty nice. Especially for that friggin' Torment. So, I would personally be very happy if I pull this. Because I still need to clear the Final Fantasy Type 0 Torment. This is Sephiroth's Glint, so we gotta go look that up, because it was not in the Japanese festival at all. Pain and Edgar. So what you're saying is nobody. Sure. Tyro. Pal and Cecil can use guns? Well, that counts. That counts. He's a hybrid. So grants quick cast and dark drain. Once we got to, I found or remembered that Demon Cross very quickly only costs 5% of your max HP every use. Makes this glint a waste of soul break points. Yeah, I can't think of a reason to use this. He could probably do some novelty runs, or he just survives alone by himself with his glint and his soul breaks. How about that? There you go. There's a use for Sephiroth's glint. Personally, it'd be a loss on the banner. It's plus 10 attack. Agrias start the battle with Unholy. There's no way in hell that I'm ever using Legend Materia other than Agrias' chance to dual cast and chance to inflict minor peril. So the only reason that I would ever use a start battle with Unholy is if I didn't have this LMR. The chance to dual cast paired up with a dual, or not, chance to imperil paired up with chance to dual cast Legend Materias are just one of the most powerful combos in the game. Celes starting the battle in ice is extremely good. Otherwise, she needs to use a soul break to get it. And you may not have that soul break. Only one soul break will do it, right? Or USB 2, that's it? Yeah. As is with Unholy, the only thing she has that can do that is BSB 1. Rosa LMR 2, obviously, this is good. And Lightning, start battle with Unholy. Good. Good. If you get her USB 3. Otherwise, you're stuck with a bunch of Lightning Legend Materia. Luckily, her LM2 is start with haste and Instacast 3, which is good for everything. But then you'd have an empty slot, because her LM1 is plus lightning damage. LMR1 is 25% chance to dual cast lightning. LMR2, start battle with then lightning. All useless. So this would be your second Legend Materia. Even though lightning is weird, her USB 3 is good. And I'm personally okay with it because Lightning herself, with the haste and instant cast 3 dive, is a good character. And my physical holy is actually not good. Oh, she does have a double cast holy LMR, huh? That's cool. It's pretty poopy it's not on the banner. So the sore spots would be Celeste's Awakening, Celeste's Arcane. I don't think Lightning's USB 3, despite its weirdness, is a sore spot. Sephiroth's Lint. But I think the weakness pretty much ends there. Agrias is LMR2, I suppose. top end of the banner is really powerful, and personally, I think Agrias and Sephiroth are S tier. S tier in their given roles. For not just now, for Odin, for everything you could possibly do with Odin, and I can't imagine them being power creeped out in 6-star. Because even if synchros are a big ass thing and you've got them everywhere, Agrias is still going to help synchros be better because of how Agrias works, and Sephiroth is Sephiroth. Sephiroth is... his damage potential is just better. Trademarked. TM. Sephiroth is just better. So I really like this banner. This is my second favorite banner of the fest. Let's go back to New Reddit. I can fit everything on the same screen on New Reddit. Banners 2, 3, 5 are my polls. I've already spent 150 mithril. 125, because the first poll was 25. Oh, I haven't got to the end of the festival yet. There's a 6th banner, and maybe 7, though I'm not going to go into the 7th banner. Summer-focused relic draw. It's important. First time only. You purchase 2 draws, so 11 or 100 mithril or gems or whatever you want to do with those 2 draws, and a choice of 1 free Ultra Soul Break. So it's a dream draw that you can do with mithril, but you gotta make 2 pulls instead of 1. And the pulls are on a 14 relic banner. Now, we don't know what is the contents of this banner, I don't think. I don't think this was mined along with the 5 main banners. But this is what it was in Japan. I would not be surprised to see this change. It's not an awful banner, but it doesn't have any awakenings on it, so spending 100 mithril is kind of a tough ask. But being able to select a USB isn't bad. It might be worth it. There are some really powerful USBs still in the game, there are still some USBs left in the game that are really powerful, even in the Age of Awakenings, like Tyra USB 4. Alara USB 2, less so, but is still a really interesting part of Alara's kit that will always be good. Especially because Tyro's Awakening happens. And Tyro's Awakening is exactly like his USB 4, but even better. So we know in the future that Tyro pumping up the entire physical party to 100% crit rate is still going to be a thing. Yes, it is, Justin. She gets the dual cast LMR on animal lenses. Thank goodness. No problem. I don't mind this banner. Runoa's a really good character. She's kind of like Rydia. In the fact that she's double element. And I think she's better because Renoa at least focuses on a single element and also does Earth. And she gets a second awakening in the Winter Festival, which is Earth. So her first awakening appears on a Final Fantasy VIII banner, Ice-based. Second awakening, Earth-based. And they both give her an element, so I'm not even sure if I care that much about these USBs anymore. Because Renoa's awakenings make these obsolete. And she does get a synchro. Renoa becomes a very powerful character. I wonder if Vaughn's USB 3 became better since I got his arcane. Oh, probably not. Vaughn sucks. Sorry, Vaughn. What can I buy with animal lenses for you, Vaughn? Piercing blow. 6 group attacks. Attack and defense minus 50%. That's actually pretty good. But it looks like one of my first tier 3 purchases is going to be Vaughn's USB 1. Yeah, Vaughn's USB 1 is good. I was just trying to figure out if I could get by with only his Super Soul Break 2 instead. But the answer is no, because I have... Wait a second. Maybe it is. I was going to say no, because I have no quick cast in 12, but I do now. With Lars's USB. Anyway, that's me stuff. This banner, Yuna's USB 2 is... not good. Don't care about Renoa's USBs. Lock USB 2 is good. Ramza USB 2 is good, but Ramza isn't. I mean, it's a chain holder, but is his USB 2 worth casting along with his chain? No. Tifa becomes remarkable, but this is an ability double USB, so it gets obsoleted by her awakening. Yeah. I don't think I would spend 100 mithril on this banner, just for a USB select. No friggin' way. Lightning LMR 2? That's Start Battle Than Lightning. Why would they give that to her and her USB 3 together? I'm checking to make sure that that's correct. I believe this banner was detailed in the Final Fantasy VII event. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Vaughn's USB 3 for Torment, but that's why I was going into Vaughn's Soul Breaks and things. I would much rather spend tier 3 lenses for his USB 1 rather than spend 100 mithril for the chance at his USB 3. Yeah, it is enlightening. Maybe they'll change that for us.
Please don't take
I'm probably going to pull for Tyro's Awakening. And that's why I'd miss up the chance to get Tyro's USB 4 for 100 Mithril. I just remembered a reason to like that banner more. And I don't know why I forgot all about it. I thought Garland was just another Darkness Awakening. He's not. Next festival, Justin. I forgot that Garland can squall. It is not just another Darkness Awakening. Yeah, need the LMR. It is on the banner. Or was on Japan's banner. Wait, no! Shit! Fuck! No! No, LMRs don't get any better in the second wave. Is it though? I don't think Alara's Awakening is that OP. Like, it's good if you look at this versus what we're, currently used to and stuff. But if you've seen other Healer Awakenings, take a look at Aerith's Awakening, for instance. Also Last Stand and Haste. Physical Hack Quick Cast 3. Awoken Planet Prayer. So, instead of being able to Bard instead of White Magic, she gets it just gives Physical High Quick Cast 3 to the party. I feel like I'd like that better. Though, I mean, it's not like they overlap. This is physically based, and Alara is much more magically based because of the Bard. Yeah. If you're using an R5 ability, every white magic ability you use is 3,000 HP stock to the party. Good luck. You better one-shot that party if you want to take down an Aerith-led team. I don't doubt that Alara can be used. It's just one of those situations where Alara is just so damn good as a character, and the spread of powerful soul breaks that she has, that I personally believe, and I don't see any evidence to the contrary, that her awakening is quite underpowered. But Alara isn't. She makes up for it, and then some. Let's see. I got a better way to pull this off. Sort. Get rid of everything but awakenings. Then search for 105. 11 healer awakenings. Alara. Aria. Restores HP, removes KO. Ooh. Grants instant cast 1 to party, okay. Last stand in haste. What's Awoken Priestess? HP stock. Aria's Awakening is pretty nice. Instant cast 1 to party. And an awesome awakening ability. Lena removes KO. So raise, last stand, dual blink 1. Dual blink 1. For all you want to beat Arc the way Arc was not meant to be beat, there you go. There's your awakening. What the? Lana, what is your crap called? Awoken Devotion. Oops. Wow, Lena's Awakening sucks, huh? Aerith, we already went over. She's awesome. Selfie grants haste, magic blink 2, and awoken dancer. Which dancer gets a 6-star ability. That's pretty cool. It's a medica. Problem with this is that its main feature is magic blink 2. It doesn't even have last stand like the others do. And no quick cast to party. Selfie's Awakening stinks. Not tonight. I gotta do other stuff. Maybe tomorrow. I'll be in Discord because I'm not gonna be able to stop thinking about the stuff that I got tonight. Half-Mao gets an awakening, huh? Dual blink, haste, instant cast 1. Please tell me it's not Nat this time. It's Nat! Oh my god! Oh man. So, Nat healing doesn't get any benefit from plus WHT healing stuff, which is a big deal. Which can't be silenced. That's true. Yeah, it is Kiraja. So if you do have enough mind on her, it's still probably gonna to heal for Cap. It gets better. What's her Awakened Automaton? Why matching and monk abilities don't consume uses. That's such flavor. I love that. And it's just HP stock. What do you mean it's meant to be used with chakra? What does chakra do? Isn't it just heal you? For a percentage? I don't think it's meant to be used with anything. I just think since puppeteers were melee fist weapon users, and 11, the monk thing is just flavor. Oh, the dev said? Oh. Okay, well, it's meant to be used with chakra. It removes status. So she saint crosses? I don't know. Are you guys talking about the right ability? Chakra is plus 20% attack. Yeah, what here removes statuses? So the joke is just that they said it's meant to be used with chakra. Even though no one in their right mind would ever do such a thing. I don't think you're... I believe you. But that's what you're saying is funny. I don't know. I'm just gonna ignore that this exists. I like her awakening. It's nice. I just feel like this is gonna turn into another fucking Ace USB 1 where I have to explain over and over again that something is flavor. And then, just because one part of something sucks doesn't mean that it makes the rest of the soul break bad. Like, guys, Ace's USB 1 gives quick cast times 2. That's the main benefit. Please stop thinking about the chase as being the thing that sucks. It does suck, but it's free. It's over allowance. Okay, back to Healer Awakening search. Penello. Last Stand Regenga. Ooh, that's the first one of these I've seen. We know what Regenga is. An Awoken Dancer, so... That seems like a good one. Yeah, I like that. Super Healy, though. Let's go take a look at what that dancer ability really does. Salsa. Passionate Salsa. Attack, defense, magic, and resistance minus 50% for 10 seconds. And restores... okay, a build-up amount of HP. Which works with her awakening to give her more HP. I didn't realize that this had such a large debuff on it. I like this a lot more now. So while people like Aerith and Aphmau provide cast speed buffs to the party, that's their way to increase the party's damage. That is a powerful debuff. Cast speed times 3 for dancer abilities. Cast barrier dance after using barrier dancer abilities. Oh shit, is that the damage reduction? I kind of like this awakening. %40 damage reduction barrier 1 every single turn. Have fun trying to kill this party. Plus an eternal minus 50% debuff. Full break. I like this a lot better than Selfie. This just trashes Selfie's awakening. Larsa, Last Stand, Haste Astra. An Awoken Potion. Oh, Awoken Potion is white magic and support. I remember, yeah, I really like this awakening. Vanille, High Quick Cast 2, Haste, Last Stand. Awoken Love. Alright, this is already the best Quick Cast awakening. White magic and support as well. Vanille's awakening is very good. Ishtola. Stone Skin 30% is cool. It's the one thing here that can reliably stop one-shot mechanics. Last Stand can be defeated by sap. Stone Skin can't. Yeah, what's Guardian? Huh. 70% Stone Skin on target. And she can dual cast. She becomes the new Minwoo. It's kind of cool. Alright, last one. Tama. Holy Radiant Shield 75%. Grants attach Holy. Cast Banishra after using 2 white magic abilities. It's kind of neat. Seems kind of impractical though. Not powerful enough. Coming from a DPS slot. Yeah, she's a holy DPS that's half as effective as other holy DPS. Like, I would take Yuna's Awakening, Ark's Awakening, Rem's Awakening, No, Tama. But I am going to go look at Yuna now. Because I was talking Holy Mages. Let's see if the command still works. Yes! So, 15 single attacks. Curaga Medica. Oh no. Regenga. Grants Awoken Bond and damage cap plus 10,000. What's Awoken Bond? Summoning abilities don't consume uses. Dual cast summoning abilities. Cast Crystal Bond after using a summoning ability. Cura Medica at R5. Every turn. I just feel like this does the job better. I think Yuna's, if you want to make a Holy Mage team, Yuna's Awakening is really important because Holy Mages only have one ability. Holysia. So in order to viably make a team, you need to diversify. Which means somebody's got to be a summoner. And your options are Yuna, Hope. You could use Arc, but I wouldn't suggest it. He does have Summoning 6, but almost all the things that he does, I believe, is white magic based. If white magic got a Didia, that would be a Didia 6-star. That would be very good. "15 single attack tells us Imperil Holy, Imperil Water, Awoken Kindness." Interesting. They are trying to turn him into a summoner. Holy and water abilities don't consume uses. It's a basic awaken. I haven't seen one of these in a while. Now here's the problem. How does Arc get it and Holy without using soul breaks? So does he have to use a soul break? No way to get it through Legend Materia. Glint, nope. Glint Plus, nope. He's got to use his USB 1. His Awakening is Switch Draw. Oh, oops. Twin Element mode. I missed that status. Never mind. He can get it. Okay. That's... He's a viable summoner, so you don't have to rely on Yuna. It's a base magic at 203, base mind at 210. It's not like he's falling behind that far. Let's take a look at his record spheres. Oof. Yeah, not like it matters. It doesn't buff either of them. BLK damage plus 3%. Thank goodness. He can get buffed to Black Magic 4 with a dive. And he's got BLK damage to use it with. They do need to fix his dive. That's all heals. So, I guess the important part is it doesn't lean towards either white magic or summon. What about Yuna? Same issue? Yep. White heals, but I do believe that she's got record spheres. Yeah, holy damage, summon damage, summon damage. Wow. It's actually pretty good. 12%. Yuna is better. But Arc can do water things. Oh, wait, can he dual cast summons? Yeah, okay. This kind of sucks. If you run him as a holy summoner, none of that does anything. Yuna's better. All right. I'm all talked out. Does anyone have any questions about festival? The next festival or the festival after that? I will post links one last time. Or you could just come to this page. This very, very simple link.